Like over the weekend, I did a video looking at maybe why Ruben Amorim was not the right fit for Manchester United, and maybe we should look at moving him on. It was a case against keeping Ruben Amorim. This video is flipping a coin, because that's what I like to do. I like to look at the pros and the cons and both sides of an argument. I don't just make one decision and say, I'm right, let's go with it. I like to actually have a look at all the different variables and see if there is a case to be made for and against. So we've done the doom and the gloom. We've talked about the subs, the results, the academy minutes. This one is the case for keeping Ruben Amorim. And again, it's not blind loyalty. It's not on vibes, but 5 actual reasons why binning him now might be the wrong move. 1, we haven't actually seen his attack yet. So let's start with the most obvious thing that no one seems to mention enough. Entire attack for Ruben Amorim has been built around a front three of Sesko, Cunha, and Mbuemo. That is the front line. The whole thing on this shape is trying to feed that line, and we've barely seen them together. Sesko signing late, not getting minutes, substitutions, the concussion, the injury, between the knocks, the suspension, the fitness management, and the usual chaos of Manchester United, those three have had next to no meaningful minutes together as a trio. And even when they have, it's kind of 2 of the 3 have been fit, and they still don't actually know how to play together yet. That might take an entire season of playing every single game, let alone playing a couple of games with this guy, and then Joshua Zirkzee comes in, or then Mason Mount comes in. And Mbuemo's the one that's played the most. And when Mbuemo plays and plays well, we look like a totally different team in transition. His pressing, his runs, his ability to sniff out chances. There's a real modern wide forward in there. Cunha's had games where he looks like the perfect Amorim player. Drops into pockets, links midfield and attack, presses like mad, does the unexpected stuff. Sesko, we saw give us something we've not had for years. A genuine penalty box 9 who can attack crosses and win stuff in the air, which some of those crosses we've seen against West Ham and Everton might have been converted with. The numbers when 2 of those 3 start are okay. The shots are up there, the XG is up there, the territory is up there. And that's without Amorim being able to say, right, these are my 3, they're fit, they're sharp, and they're playing every single week. We're judging a system that's held together with tape, or not even the system. It's a 1-player upgrade on the garbage we saw last season, without having Højlund as a backup, without having Rashford or Antony or even Sancho as backups. So before you reach for the nuclear button, is it worth asking, what would it look like when the attack is designed to play together, actually plays together? Here we are. It is the end of 2025 coming into view. Time is moving fast, but it's not too late to make this your year. There is still time to make real change for yourself, or even for someone that you care about. Maybe there's one habit that you've been meaning to quit, and I think you know the one. That's where Fume can come in. It isn't a vape, and it isn't another gimmick. It is a clean, natural tool built to help you take back control. No nicotine, no vapor, no batteries. It's just flavored air that feels good, keeps your hands busy and your focus sharp. And there's loads of flavors. You've got cinnamon hearts, black licorice, spearmint. Fume makes quitting feel rewarding. A small win every single time you reach for it. There's over 700,000 people that have already made the switch and started their journey towards real progress. So if you want to finish 2025 stronger than how you started it, or give someone else the gift of a fresh start, now is your moment. Use the code Stephen Howson, that's STEPHENHOWSON, Stephen Howson at tryfume.com to get a free Fume topper with the journey pack. That's TRYFUM.com, or just scan the QR code that is on the screen. Big thanks again to Fume for sponsoring today's video and supporting real change, one healthy habit at a time. Don't wait for January. End the year on a win with Fume. 2, the underlying numbers are better than the vibes. If you only watch Match of the Day and look at the table, or read the newspapers, United are a mess. If you look at the underlying performance, you will see something different. Under Amorim, we average about 55% of the ball, which is a clear shift towards having sustained dominance compared to the chaotic transition stuff we've seen in recent years. Our XG against sits at roughly 1.3 per game. It's not elite yet, but it's certainly better than every attack is a heart attack vibe that we had for a long time under Erik ten Hag. Set plays, both attacking and defensive, have improved noticeably this season. Corners are actually now a weapon again. United are one of the best teams in the league at converting from those. And we're not collapsing now from every single dead ball we face in our box anymore. We have improved with that. You can see the structure in attack. The wing-backs give the width, the 2-10s play inside the half spaces, that double pivot gives us the platform instead of a massive hole in front of the back line. Are we perfect? No, absolutely not. We still struggle to break down those mid and deep blocks. We still invite counters when we have that high line. But for the first time in a while, we look like we've got some repeatable patterns, not just give it to a player and hope he can figure something out. Usually when the underlying metrics, chance creation, XG, XGA, territory, look better than the league position, there's a sign that there's been some bad variance. If you don't panic, performances will start to convert into results. If you sack a manager when the underlying trending is up, you're not fixing a problem, you're just restarting the clock. Number 3. Recruitment and coaching are finally pointing in the same direction. If you think back over the last decade, how many times have we signed players with zero connection to the manager's style? Square pegs, round holes, 37 different directions at once. And Amorim has quietly started to change that. If you look at his 4 major signings, Sesko, a vertical pressing penalty box striker that suits a front three as a focal point and loves to run in behind. Cunha, the hybrid 9 and 10 that kind of lives in the pockets, loves for that drop, bit of flair, can run with the ball. And Mbuemo, an elite presser, an absolute predator with the ball, Premier League proven, adaptable across the front line. And then goalkeeper, someone that's claiming high balls, great shot stopper, loads of potential to move into. Every single one of those fits the system. Every single one of them, when fit, gets into the first 11 and the tactical structure easily, naturally. That doesn't happen when the manager is second guessing the recruitment and the recruitment department is giving the best name available or looking at how many Instagram followers a player has had, which was happening under Ed Woodward. We look like we're doing grown-up football. Identify a way of playing, sign the players who can suit it, and then coach the shit out of it. You sack Amorim now, you're not just sacking a coach, you're potentially standing a group of players who were literally bought to play this football off to one side. The next manager either has to copy him, or we start again with a whole new set of signings and wasted transfers in the meantime. And we've done that. We've lived that for the last decade. That's how you end up with the Frankenstein football that Manchester United are now. 4. The squad is paper thin. And that's not on Amorim. Let's be honest about the group that he's working with here. We wanted a cultural reset top to bottom. That required getting rid of some of the bad apples and some of the people that are on enormous wages that they don't deserve. And we've started to do that. That's not going to be quick, it's not going to be easy, and there will be missteps, mistakes, and errors that happen with that. Right now, if you take out one of that forward 3, we struggle to score, because beyond that, the players aren't good enough. If you take out one of the starting centre-halves, the levels drop. You lose one of the starting wing-backs, who you can even argue aren't necessarily perfect anyway. And then you put in players who aren't a natural. Rotate in midfield and you go from having a bit of a balance to a science experiment. The fragility shows up in the game management, in all the stuff that we moan about. We want better subs, but half the time the options are protecting legs by bringing on someone that's miles below the starting level, or leave tired players on and risk them making mistakes. On top of that, this is year 1 of a cultural reset. He's changing the shape, the training intensity, the pressing triggers, the standards around the place. Jurgen Klopp didn't turn Liverpool round in one season. Arteta didn't click at Arsenal overnight. They were both finishing 8th. Okay, 8th isn't 15th. And people wanted them gone. Both of them benefited from a club taking a long-term look over short-term pain. And if you expect Amorim to arrive in this post-Glazer circus with a thin squad in 1 year of tactical and cultural overhaul and just magically have us playing like a prime Barcelona in 12 months, I don't know what to tell you. That's not how this works. And 5, the replacement options are fucking horrendous. This is the big one for me. No longer are we looking at the boogeyman of Gareth Southgate. But sacking a manager isn't just get rid of this guy, I'm annoyed with him. You have to have the answer to a much harder question. Okay, who comes in, fits this squad, and actually makes it work? Now, if you're talking pure football intelligence and coaching, you can throw many names out. For me, the 2 that I would probably want to consider, Xabi Alonso, Julian Nagelsmann. But are they available? Do they want to come and do this mid-season? Can they walk into a clean slate, or is there another mess that needs 3 more windows to clean up? And beyond those 2, who's even out there? Another short-termist? Another steady the ship? Another ideology guy that wants his own centre-halves, his own forwards, his own profiles to fit his own system, his own philosophy? Because if that's the plan, you're just going to keep repeating the 10 years that we've just seen. Panic, sack, appoint somebody with a different style, half the squad doesn't fit, spend 500 million, watch it fall apart in year 2, and at some point, the club has to choose a project and actually live with the uncomfortable middle bit. Amorim is not perfect. His subs can be fucking maddening. His use of academy needs serious scrutiny. His pressers can swing between doom and gloom in the space of 48 hours. But there are real tangible signs of this coach building something. The underlying numbers trend the right way. There is a clear modern tactical identity. The recruitment strategy finally starts to look a little bit aligned. We just need some more signings and this all might start to click into gear. We have a front line that, when it actually gets on the pitch together, can be terrifying. Rip it up now, and we're betting the house that the next man is a better, calmer, smarter, and won't detonate the squad. And honestly, I just don't see that upgrade sitting there ready to go. So where am I? Where am I in the in and out-ometer? I'm frustrated, and I'm still pissed off about losing 2 points against West Ham. I've got big questions about the academy game, about his in-game tweaks, about his adaptability, and whether we can ever trust him to manage a 1-0 out. But I also see, for the first time in a long time, the foundations look like we have something a top manager would actually want to inherit. There is a system slowly emerging. You've got signings that are likeable, good athletes and good footballers. We've got metrics say that we're closer to being a good side than a bad side. We've got a manager who's been here for a fucking year. A year. It took Fergie 7. You don't have to love Amorim. You don't even have to be convinced that he's the guy for the next 5 years. But sacking him now with this squad in this stage of the project, the case for keeping him is equal, at least, to the case for getting rid of him. And if you're serious about stopping the post-Fergie circus, that has to matter. Please give me your opinions. You can agree, you can disagree. Totally up to you. But I want to hear what you got to say. See you in a bit. Hey, thank you for watching the video. If you are new around these parts, then don't forget to subscribe. My channel is proudly supported by my community on Patreon. If you'd like to get a little bit of extra content, a Discord group, meetups, five-a-side games, weekly podcasts, behind the scenes, and even an occasional bit of transfer news as and when I get it, then for the price of a pint, you can show your appreciation for the content that we make and get some goodies for doing so as well. Check the link in the description or click the button right here. You'll also find all of my socials here too if you want to follow me on any of those platforms. Nice one.